right, Mrs. Peterson here, and I'm going to show you several different ways to work on your patterns. And I'm going to make these videos and you can watch them and decide what you want to do. You don't have to do all these. That would probably be too much. So the first thing is I'm going to have a file for you of a bunch of different things that you can pre-use. You can always just draw or create shapes like we did for our pattern project, like circles or things like that, but I'll talk about that later. But I do have some files for you to choose from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Chinese characters folder, which will be made available for you. And I have a bunch of different things that I've pre-approved. So don't just go pick something. If you do go pick something, I have to approve it. Okay, but these are okay. So here at the bottom, I have some symbols because again, in this, we go I should probably just open that collage so I can go back and forth to it. So in the collage, if you notice right here, let's make that bigger. See how there's a pattern that goes across there, and there's a pattern that goes across there, and there's a pattern here and a pattern here. This is an intricate pattern. I wouldn't want to do that. There's another one. So it's kind of inspired by that. Looks like it's the same shape. So that's what I'm going to start with, this kind of pattern. I'm going to show you how to make that work for you. So I've got my cup. I'm just going to unsee my handle for now because the handle is going to rotate when we animate it. Okay, and that's a totally different lesson there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to import this. It's called a meander. And I'm going to import it onto my page. I know that's not the one I want, but I could try it. It'll work. I want it a little bigger though, more like that. Okay. But and don't worry if it doesn't go all the way across, okay? Because I don't want to make it so it goes all the way across and it's huge if that's not what I want. Although that's not bad, but I'm going to make it smaller because the other ones, this will help you. Okay, if you end up just having to use one, that's fine too. So I'm going to go up here. You can't see it. There's a check mark that I have to check. There it is. But before I want to do anything else, so here it says Ancient Meander 5. I do need to change that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go for this really cool blue. I'm going to use my eyedrop picker and I'm going to pick that color blue. And the way that I get this, there is something called the magic wand tool. Well, the magic wand tool, let me make this larger first. The magic wand tool is going to pick a color. Well, it's all one color, so that works out great. So I grab that magic wand tool and I click on it and it's going to highlight it all. Now here's the thing. I do not want to fill on this layer. So I want to go over my Ancient Meander 5 and add a layer on top of it. And this is where I'm going to fill with that color. It's going to be a little thicker, but it's still going to look great. And I'm going to fill there. And then I'm going to unsee and deselect. Now, everything's super close right there. So I'm going to zoom out. Go down here. And it's a little organic, but that's okay if you want yours to be kind of organic. So I have this. And I'm going to duplicate it so I can make it go all the way across. So Command on layer 2. So let me call that wave, blue wave. Because that one's a wave. It's not as angly as the one I practiced on. I'll show you the one I practiced on in just a minute. So I take that and I duplicate it. I duplicate it, Command J. Sorry, I'm talking too much. And then I take the moving tool and I'm just going to move it so that they attach. I'm not quite sure if I can make it attach, so I'm using the arrows to make it. There we go. Do not worry that it's off. Okay. And now I'm going to make these two the same layer. So you can either go up to the cheeseburger up here and merge down, or you can do Command E, and now they're all in one layer. It says layer 2, so I might want to call that blue water. Again, it takes whatever the layer's name is on the top. So Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer again. What? I'm going to duplicate this layer. So I'm going to Command J, duplicate the layer. I'm going to call it Blue Water 2 or Blue Water copy, whatever. Blue Water and Blue Water 2. I'm going to unsee Blue Water, and then I'm going to take Blue Water 2, and I'm just going to, actually, I'm going to leave them. I'm going to see them both. And I'm going to move Blue Water just a little bit. Okay. Looks super weird, but I promise you this is going to work out. So now here it is. I unsaw Blue Water. And now I'm going to cut it off so that we can just see what we want to see. All right. So I'm going to go down here to my cup layer, and I'm going to go to the quick selection tool, because quick selection picks a shape, and it picked the shape of the cup because I'm on the cup layer. If I was on a different layer, it wouldn't pick the shape of the cup. We're going to go layer. Sorry, we're going to go image. Third time's the charm, you guys. We're going to go select inverse or Shift Command I. So I picked inverse, and now I'm going to go back up to my Blue Water, and I'm going to pick the delete key, and it deletes that extra stuff. While I have the cup inverse chosen, I'm going to go to select my Blue Water layer, and I'm going to push the delete key. And now I have two. Can't really tell, but I have two, and they're just moved a little bit. Command D to deselect. All right, we're going to say, I'm not going to save this yet, but I'm going to show you what it looks like, how it will look animated. So I'm going to be using, when I start animating, Blue Water 1, Blue Water 2, Blue Water 1, Blue Water 2, and that'll make it look like the cup is spinning. Okay. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you, let's see, animation teacup. It's probably in here. Okay. So here it is. Remember, I told you I used the more, or this is the one I use that's more linear. So when we're animating, it's going to look like this. Ready? Well, let's try that again. See how it looks like it could be turning. Now, a lot of other things are happening when we animate. So I'm not going to have you save this teacup with the whatever the border at this point in time, because you've got a lot of other things to do. This is not my favorite, this little wave, but again, it's a little bit more organic. So if you're going to do, flowers or fish or something, I don't know, that might work. So, and you've seen my other example. So that right there is how to get ready to animate with one of the long patterns. And I will show you some more effects as well in my next video. All right, I love you. I miss you already. Go out and change your world for the better. Bye-bye now.